Chosen ones, listen closely. What you are about to hear is no accident. If you have found your way to these words, understand that a greater force has guided you here, because now is the time when wealth crashes down upon you in unstoppable waves. This is not a random stroke of luck, it is your destiny. You have been chosen, hand-picked by divine design, to step into a realm of abundance that defies every limitation you once believed in. Get ready to witness the impossible become reality. Get ready to see doors open before you that no one can shut. And if you're truly one of the chosen, you will feel this message resonate deep within your spirit and refuse to walk away. But before we dive into the revelation that will unleash your unstoppable flow of wealth, I invite you to do 3 simple things right now. First, tap that like button to let the universe know you are ready. Second, subscribe to this channel so you will never miss the words crafted specifically for your breakthroughs. And third, comment 777 below. That sacred number carries a frequency of divine favor and aligns you with the current of unstoppable blessings. By doing these 3 small actions, you make a powerful statement. You are standing in faith, expecting the downfall of lack, and calling forth the wealth that has been promised to the chosen ones. Chosen one, do not underestimate what is happening in this very moment. Let your heart stay open, because God has a way of delivering His gifts with such miraculous swiftness that even your boldest dreams will seem small. The very force that once resisted you is about to work in your favor. That fear you felt in the past was never a sign of your weakness, it was a marker of something monumental stirring in your spirit. Today, the illusions of limitation are shattering. The season of scarcity bows down, and unstoppable wealth is prepared to crash into your life like a roaring wave that cannot be tamed. Now hear this. No weapon formed against you can prosper. No circumstance, no critic, no self-doubt can overshadow the brilliance of the calling on your life. You are stepping into the full measure of blessings that heaven has ordained. The weight of these riches goes beyond material gain. It touches your relationships, your health, your mind, and your spirit. That unstoppable wealth is about wholeness, about living in such completeness that the world takes notice and asks, how did you become so radiant, so unstoppable? This is no time to let fear creep in. Fear has whispered lies in your ear, telling you that you're not worthy, that your past disqualifies you, or that blessings like this are too good to be true. But I am here to assure you, every shortcoming, every mistake, every heartbreak you endured was simply preparation for the glory about to unfold. There is no accident in your scars. They are the marks of someone who has wrestled with pain and survived. Someone who has been refined in the fire and now emerges as pure gold. You have been tested so that you can carry the weight of extraordinary blessings. This unstoppable flow of wealth is not going to crush you. You are designed to handle it, to carry it, to multiply it, and to use it as a force for good. Chosen one, you are unstoppable. That word unstoppable is not just another term, it is an identity. When you accept that you are unstoppable, you give yourself permission to walk into territories you used to fear. The clock of waiting is shattered, the days of barely making it are over. Step forward with bold faith, and watch the giant walls of scarcity crumble at your feet. The avalanche of wealth is about to topple those walls, burying every trace of limitation that once loomed over your destiny. Pause for a moment. Let your soul absorb the magnitude of this truth. Feel it vibrating in your bones. That is not excitement alone. That is your spirit saying, yes, your time has come. It is saying, you have been chosen for this very moment, to stand amidst the ruins of old mindsets and proclaim that the new day of abundance has arrived. This is your roar of triumph. This is your victory cry. If you find any glimmer of skepticism rising up, Be it doubt or thoughts of unworthiness, call it out. Recognize that doubt for what it is, a smokescreen trying to hide the open door of blessings. There is no room for doubt on this journey, and if by chance your heart still feels uncertain, hold on to these words. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Let that truth anchor you. Even if the path ahead seems hazy, even if your bank account tells a different story, know that everything can change in one divine moment. The unstoppable wealth that is destined for you can override every logical measure. I've witnessed time and again how quickly your circumstances can flip from darkness to light. That is how God moves. He is the master of swift turnarounds. Chosen one, I urge you to remain alert. This is not a time to let negativity or distraction steal your focus. The seeds of abundance are being planted in your life, and these seeds will sprout into a lush garden if you guard them with perseverance. Let each day be an act of faith, each morning a fresh declaration that unstoppable favor is drawn to you like a magnet. You will see it in the perfect timing of events, in the unexplainable opportunities that land at your doorstep, in the people drawn to help you for no apparent reason. This is unstoppable wealth in action. It knows no restrictions, no rational limits, and it does not apologize for showering you in blessings beyond measure. Now is your moment to claim it. Like the children of Israel stepping into the promised land, you may see giants in the territory, you may see obstacles that appear impossible to conquer, but let me tell you something. Those giants are illusions compared to the magnitude of divine power within you. When you stand in that unstoppable identity, every giant must fall, every obstacle must bow, and every door of promise flies wide open. This is not motivational fluff. This is an unshakable truth that has been validated by every hero of faith who dared to believe in the impossible. And you, my friend, are next in line. If you are resonating with these words, leave a comment below with 777. Declare that you are in alignment with this unstoppable season. This is no empty gesture. As you type those 3 digits, know that you are making a covenant with divine supply, affirming that your story is shifting at this very second. And if your spirit leaps with excitement, hit that subscribe button. Keep yourself under the covering of messages that strengthen your soul. We're marching together into lands overflowing with milk and honey, and we don't plan on turning back. Think for a moment of the countless individuals who once believed they were doomed to mediocrity, only to discover that with a spark of faith, everything changed. Some were down to their last dollar, some had lost all sense of purpose, some were told by everyone around them they would amount to nothing. Yet each one had a revelation day, a day where unstoppable wealth knocked on the door of their reality. When they answered, it was as though 1,000 barriers broke. The limitations they carried in their minds disintegrated. The path to abundance isn't about how hard you strive. It's about stepping into your calling as a chosen one and letting that unstoppable energy guide you. Dear soul, please hear me. It is not selfish to desire abundance. It is not sinful to believe for great blessings. The Father of all creation delights in pouring favor upon you. He longs to show you that His resources are limitless, that your dreams, even at their highest, do not exceed His capacity to deliver. No matter what your upbringing, what your cultural background, what your family believed, none of that cancels the unstoppable wave of blessings prepared for you right now. Nothing is wasted. Not your tears, not your prayers, not your nights of wrestling with the unknown. Every piece of your journey has led to this threshold of supernatural overflow. I tell you this, you are unstoppable. The wealth that is about to rain down upon your life has been stored up from the beginning of time, waiting for you to step into the fullness of your identity. This is not another motivational mantra. It is the unveiling of who you truly are, beneath the doubts, beneath the struggles, beneath every discouragement you've ever faced. You were created for such a time as this, to become a vessel of generosity, of compassion, of victory, and of influence. That is the blueprint etched into your spirit, and the unstoppable wave of wealth is simply the tool that will launch you to your divine assignment. Take a deep breath and let that sink in. Let your imagination run wild for a moment. Picture the impossible feats that can come to life once you step into your rightful abundance. Picture the causes you will support, the communities you will uplift, the family members who will be inspired by your faith, the ripple effect of your generosity transforming countless lives. Understand that unstoppable wealth is never just about you. It is about shining a bright light in a dark world. It is about making a difference that resonates for generations. So many have let the fear of money or the shame of wanting more keep them in shackles, but you must see the bigger picture. Wealth is a gift, and in the hands of the chosen, it becomes a force for healing, for building, for nurturing the broken-hearted. That is why you must not shrink from this call. That is why you must stand tall and declare, I am ready, I am worthy, I am here to receive and to bless. Does your heart burn with excitement? Do you feel a stirring inside that tells you these words are more than talk, they are destiny calling your name? Let that be your confirmation. Do not let outside opinions or negative voices sabotage this moment. The unstoppable wave of wealth is not reliant on the economy, on your education level, or on your past. It is anchored in the truth that you were chosen. Your name was written in the heavenly archives, and a cosmic countdown has led you to this precise instant. Chosen one, do not click away. Do not let distraction or skepticism cheat you out of this revelation. The presence of God is moving through these very lines, whispering to your heart that everything is about to shift. This is not a time for timid faith. This is the hour for fearless action. Plant the seeds by affirming your readiness, by stepping forward in prayer and intention, by trusting that what was once locked behind impossible odds is now placed right at your doorstep. Remember to like this video if you haven't yet, subscribe to join this unstoppable movement, and comment 777 to seal your covenant with heaven's abundance. Let these steps be your declaration that you are stepping out of the shadows of doubt and into the radiant landscape of destiny. I want you to know that your unstoppable chapter is being written at this very moment. Even as you breathe, spiritual forces are rearranging circumstances, orchestrating divine connections, unlocking resources, and demolishing barriers. But do not misunderstand, this does not mean you will float through life without challenges. The difference is challenges can no longer rob you of your identity. You will see obstacles for what they truly are, stepping stones that elevate you higher, catalysts that reveal the unstoppable power already in your veins. Where once you might have shrunk back in fear, you will now stand in defiance of any limitation that presumes to block your path. You will speak to mountains and they will move. You will whisper truth in the darkest valley and watch it burst into light. Yes, you are unstoppable, and so is the outpouring of wealth chasing you down. You may have wasted years feeling that your best was behind you. You may have convinced yourself you had missed your moment, but you must understand, God's timing is perfect. He has a way of restoring the years the locusts have eaten, of multiplying blessings so powerfully that all your delays are more than compensated for. A month of open heavens can do more for your life than a decade of human striving. You stand at the brink of that kind of breakthrough. The well springs of unstoppable wealth are bursting open in your direction, triggered by your faith, your obedience, and your willingness to say, yes, I am chosen. Now remain with me, because we are just beginning to glimpse the greatness that has been set aside for you. The next words you hear may ignite a fire so intense that your limitations dissolve in an instant. You've come too far to turn back. You've already felt the stirring. The unstoppable wave is real, and it is about to flood your life in ways you have never seen. Chosen one's wealth is not meant to be hidden away, nor is it something reserved for a privileged few. It exists in the limitless storehouses of the divine, waiting for those who dare to believe that impossible shifts can happen at any moment. You do not need permission from anyone to receive it. Your calling has already approved you. Even if people around you scoff or question your sudden rise, do not let their doubts find a home in your heart. When your name is called from above, the only response needed is your unwavering yes. Take a breath and imagine what your life looks like when you fully embrace this truth. See the doors fling open. See the resources arrive precisely when needed. See your mind brimming with creative ideas that spark solutions, not just for you, but for countless others. Because wealth does not flow solely for your personal comfort. It chooses those who will use it to uplift, to encourage, and to become living proof of what's possible when a person unites with their heavenly desire. You are unstoppable because you stand in that truth. Pause and let your spirit absorb the weight of this revelation. When unstoppable wealth crashes down, everything in your environment shifts. No longer do you accept second best. No longer do you shrink to fit the small plans others have made for your life. Instead, you show up with a boldness that shakes every false ceiling, because your destiny was never constrained by man's opinions. If in the past you stayed quiet to keep the peace or settled for less to avoid conflict, that season is over. The unstoppable wave changes your posture. You walk taller, speak clearer, and shine brighter, drawing in the blessings already assigned to your name. Chosen ones, if these words resonate, if you feel that stirring rising up, remember to like this video and subscribe if you have not done so yet. And don't forget to comment 777 as a sign that you are stepping beyond fear, beyond doubt, and into the unstoppable overflow. Every comment, every declaration of faith amplifies the energy swirling around you, sharpening your awareness that, truly, all things are possible now. Let the greatness of your spirit become undeniable. Many of you have spent your entire life trying to prove your worth, trying to show the world you deserve a seat at the table. But realize this, your worth was never a debate. You were created worthy. You were formed out of divine love. And if the world did not see it, if it tried to bury your brilliance under layers of rejection or shame, well, that is about to be corrected. Because unstoppable wealth is not just about money. It is about the unveiling of who you were always meant to be, a beacon of light, a blessing in motion, a testament to God's unstoppable grace. Listen closely. The illusions that once held you back are crumbling under the sheer magnitude of your purpose. Your spirit has outgrown every limiting belief. The version of you who settled, who doubted, who feared, is no longer relevant to the future being birthed right here and now. That old identity cannot survive in the glow of unstoppable favor. It must yield. It must step aside because a stronger, more radiant you is emerging. This is your metamorphosis, your transformation, from hesitant dreamer to unstoppable creator. What will it look like when you wake up tomorrow with the certainty that wealth from above is pursuing you? Picture your thoughts first thing in the morning. Are they anxious, or are they bursting with excitement for what the day might bring? Let them be fueled by expectation, for what you focus on in these pivotal moments sets the tone for your reality. You become a magnet for opportunities, for solutions, for relationships that catapult you into the higher realm you've always felt stirring in your soul. This is not mindless optimism. It is alignment with a divine promise that has been whispered to you in your quietest moments. Do not be surprised if, in this heightened state, you start noticing synchronicities you never saw before. The phone rings at just the right moment, An email lands in your inbox with exactly the news you've been waiting for, or a stranger brings forth information that accelerates your progress overnight. That is how unstoppable wealth works. It orchestrates moments so precise that you cannot deny a higher hand is guiding you. This is why you must guard your energy and keep your heart open. There are no coincidences in your story, only divinely appointed crossroads where you get to decide if you will embrace your rightful blessings or let them pass by. Feel the anticipation building like the electric charge in the air before a storm. Let it fuel your prayers, your plans, your declarations. The unstoppable wave is not just going to meet you, it is going to exceed every plan you have dared to form. It is going to show you that your imagination, no matter how vast, is still too small to contain what heaven has in store. That is how generous and lavish the divine can be. And you, yes, you are the chosen recipient. Picture that moment when everything changes. Maybe you're sitting at home or at work or walking down the street, and suddenly you sense it in your spirit. Today is different. An overwhelming peace floods you, or maybe an uncontainable excitement about what is to come. Then, out of nowhere, the news arrives. The promotion, the deal, the inheritance, the miraculous door flung open wide. You smile, not in shock, but in recognition. This is exactly what your spirit has been preparing for. The unstoppable wave has manifested, and it feels like the most natural next step in the journey of someone whose name is written in higher places. Chosen one, these are not empty promises. History is filled with people who soared beyond the limitations of their time. They were not necessarily the ones with the most degrees or the biggest networks, but they were the ones with faith, perseverance, and a fierce devotion to the call echoing in their heart. In your own life, you've likely met those who overcame impossible odds, who refused to accept the narrative that said, enough. And do you notice what they all have in common? They embraced the identity of unstoppable faith. They realized that the same power which created galaxies lives within them, and so do you. Maybe you have questioned why your journey was fraught with trials, as though every step forward was met with resistance. Perhaps you asked, if I am chosen, why these hardships? But realize, a diamond is formed under extreme pressure, and gold is refined by fire. The trials you faced were never meant to break you, but to bring forth the precious qualities that only surface under strain. These struggles have infused you with the grit and the grace needed to carry the magnitude of unstoppable wealth. Without those experiences, you might have cracked under the weight of your blessings. But now, you are forged, ready to hold more than you ever dreamed possible. Let this new perspective cast away any lingering bitterness. Let gratitude replace the old question of, why me, with a new declaration, thank God it was me. Because the person you've become would not exist without those challenges, and this unstoppable season wouldn't be half as sweet if you hadn't walked through the fire first. Your scars are a badge of honor, a testament to the fact that you were never forsaken, only strengthened. And now that strength is about to be rewarded 1,000-fold. Close your eyes for a second. Envision your life shining with abundance on every level. See your relationships healed, your talents blossoming, your finances overflowing, your spirit brimming with unwavering confidence. That vision is calling you forward, pulling you into a reality that is more authentic than the fear-based narratives you once believed. That vision is not a fantasy, it is a roadmap. Follow it, nurture it, declare it, and watch how swiftly it comes to pass. Chosen ones, do not underestimate the power of your decree. Words create worlds. When you speak life, life sprouts up around you. When you say you are unstoppable, the universe and all of heaven move to align with that truth. So speak boldly, call forth what you desire. Say, I am unstoppable, and my wealth is flooding in now. Do not cower in doubt, thinking you're aiming too high. There is no such thing as too high for the God who laid the foundations of mountains and carved out the depths of the seas. The same voice that said, "Let there be light," has already said yes to your abundance. Feel how your energy shifts when you speak like that. You might sense a tingle, a warmth, or a surge of power. That is the frequency of creation, the alignment of your inner being with eternal truth. You step out of victimhood and into victory. You climb out of the pit of limitation and stand triumphant on the peak of boundless possibility. It is at that altitude that unstoppable wealth becomes your new normal, your daily reality. If you have not yet done so, smash that like button and subscribe to lock in this vibration. Each step of engagement you take is like planting a seed in fertile soil, seeds that will soon bloom into your unstoppable season. And always, always remember to type 777 in the comments, reminding both yourself and the universe that you are in synchronicity with the blessings destined for you. Let me remind you that unstoppable wealth is not about greed or selfish gain. It is about amplifying your calling. Think of how many lives could be improved by the overflow you carry. Imagine the charities you could fund, the people you could feed, the structures you could build, and the innovations you could birth. Unstoppable wealth is a weapon of love. In a world often overshadowed by scarcity and fear, you become a channel of hope, showing that in the midst of chaos, there is still a light that cannot be snuffed out. And you, dear soul, are that light. Your unstoppable nature is not just about your personal journey. It's a torch that others will follow. As you break barriers, you inspire others to do the same. As you share your story of transformation, others will begin to believe in theirs. That is how your ripple effect grows. That is how entire communities shift from despair to determination. By standing firmly in your unstoppable identity, you become a catalyst for global change. It is time to rewrite the story you have been telling yourself. You are not the sum of your past mistakes or the background you come from. You are not defined by the limitations placed upon you by society, family, or your own fear. In the eyes of heaven, you are seen as a champion of light, equipped with every tool necessary to fulfill your purpose. If you've been waiting for a sign, consider this your blazing billboard from the universe. An announcement that you have indeed been chosen, and unstoppable wealth is your rightful portion. That sense of unworthiness? Release it now. That nagging voice that says, "This isn't for me," or "I'll just keep my head down," is losing its grip even as we speak. In the presence of divine truth, every lie withers. That old version of you who settled for crumbs is stepping aside for the unstoppable version of you who feasts at the banquet. And guess what? There is a seat with your name on it, reserved from the beginning of time. Your only job is to show up and claim it. Chosen one, the hour is late and the call is urgent. Destiny has no time for endless doubt. Your future demands your courage in the present. No one else can answer this call for you. It is a personal invitation from the Almighty to stand up and stand out. You have been given every spiritual blessing, every piece of knowledge, every piece of nudge necessary to walk through the door now opening before you. It is not a question of if, but when you will step across the threshold. And that when can be now, if you decide it to be. Continue to let these words anchor you in the truth that unstoppable wealth is not a distant dream, but an unfolding reality. You have glimpsed your higher self, tasted that sweet vision of abundance. Nurture it, protect it, let it fill your thoughts day and night. This vision is not fragile, it is unstoppable, because it is born of divine purpose and fueled by your fearless yes. Keep speaking life over it, keep your eyes locked on it, and let gratitude swell in your heart for the miracles already in transit. Allow me to ask you now, can you feel the shift in the atmosphere around you? It is the tangible proof that something extraordinary has been set in motion. that your unstoppable wave has already begun to roll in from the horizon. You are not alone in this. There is a global family of chosen ones rising together, each claiming their portion and inspiring each other to do the same. The old systems of limitation tremble when even one person awakens to unstoppable truth. Imagine the shake-up when we stand united. Yes, the wave is here, dear soul. It is cresting with enough force to sweep away every barrier and every voice that once told you no. Let yourself ride this wave with arms wide open, trusting that it will carry you to shores more beautiful than you've dared to imagine. Look within yourself and realize that the power you sense there is not borrowed, it is inherent. You came into this world with it woven into your spirit, and now, at last, it is unleashed. Embrace it. Let your unstoppable season guide your choices, your words, and your dreams. Let it expand your capacity to love, to give, and to receive. Let it draw in partnerships that fuel your vision. Let it push away the distractions that no longer serve your path. There is a magnetic quality to a soul on fire. Others will see the blaze in your eyes and wonder how they too can tap into such energy, and you will gently point them to the truth they already carry within. Chosen ones, wealth crashes down now. The unstoppable wave is not a rumor, not a legend, but a reality that has your name engraved upon it. If at any point your faith wavers, return to this moment, to these words. Remind yourself that you stand in the lineage of world changers, miracle workers, and believers who shook entire generations. Now, you add your own chapter to that sacred record. Your pen is in your hand, your life is the page, and unstoppable wealth is the ink that writes your legacy.